Hi everybody, if you want to get some quick cash or try out a new cash advance app, then we have a new one we're going to be reviewing today. So this new app is called Credit Convey. I am guessing it's a newer app because if you look in the App Store, it's only been downloaded 5,000 times, which is super low compared to all the other apps. I'm excited to dive into this and see if it's worth our time checking out. So the first thing that we should note is that the cash advance amount that you can qualify for with Credit Convey is $150 maximum. However, all apps are going to start at the lower end at first before you build trust by using the app over and over again. It looks like you're going to start around $10 to $15. That's a lot lower than other cash advance apps that will give you $25 up to $100 for your first advance. So as usual, this limit can increase over time the more that you use the app. They don't tell you how long it's gonna take for them to increase your amount that you qualify for. However, we strongly suspect it's about $10 a month. So in order to be eligible to use this app, there are a few requirements. First of all, there's no credit check, which is great. That is in line with all of the other cash advance apps. It's going to look at your bank transaction history. So it's going to see what money you've taken out, how much money's been coming in. You need at least $750 in monthly income. So if you have inconsistent income or you're self-employed, then this also might not be the best choice for you. So when they look at your transaction history, they're actually gonna look and make sure that you're not spending your money too quickly after it's deposited into your account. So I find this really funny and kind of interesting. I'm sure other apps do this, but yeah, I just thought that was an interesting thing that they look for. Also, minimum daily balances, and you also can't have too many overdrafts, so just keep that in mind. Now, a weird one is that you can't have a joint bank account. I find this super strange, and it's kind of hard for me to figure out why you can't have a joint bank account, but registration to see if you're eligible takes about 7 minutes, so this is slower than a lot of the other apps, but not by too much. It usually takes about 5 minutes on average. You'll use a secure software called Plaid, which is going to connect your bank account to the app. It doesn't work with some banks, and you also have to have a direct deposit, so just keep that in mind. If you're uncomfortable giving out your social security number, you don't have to worry because this app does not ask you for one. We also have a hack on how to reduce the fees to use this cash advance, so stay tuned and make sure you watch through the whole thing. Okay, so Credit Convey does have a subscription fee. It's at $9.78 a month to be able to use this feature. You do get a free 3-day trial, but you do have to pay upfront before you figure out if you're eligible. Now, it is pretty clear on the app what the subscription fees are. We do really appreciate that upfront disclosure. A lot of the apps try to hide their fees, or there's like extra fees hidden halfway through the process that you don't know about until after you've already started. So this is great. It makes the process a lot less frustrating. And then the hack, guys. Okay, so we talked about this in a previous video, but if you email their customer service, I'll put their email right here. If you email them asking to waive the subscription fee, they will do that for you, so you can use the cash advance without having to pay anything. Yay! I love this hack. And this works for a lot of the other apps too, so I recommend you always try emailing them and asking them to waive any subscription fees and seeing if they'll do that for you. It's super easy to cancel the app with just a few clicks, so that is great. However, if you have an outstanding balance, they will not let you cancel. So this is what got certain apps like FloatMe and Bridget into trouble with the regulators, because technically you're not supposed to do that. So that is one aspect of the app that I'm not super happy with, but if you know this up front, then you know, make sure you pay off those advances before you cancel the app. So this app does actually ask for tips. It's optional though, as with all of the other apps. And then there is an express fee. However, it does not disclose what this express fee amount is until after you start the process of using the app, after you're qualified. So that's the thing I was just saying, how there's like fees down the line after you've already started the process. I guess that is happening here with the express fee. So that makes me a little bit unhappy with how it's structured, but hopefully the fees aren't too expensive. And then there's also no interest and no late fees. Okay, so in terms of reviews and what other people are saying, if you go into the Google Store and the App Store, you'll see that it averages 4.6 stars on the Apple Store and 4.3 stars on Google Play. However, if we look at the Google Play, there's less than 300 reviews because, again, it hasn't been downloaded that many times. So there's a lot of positive reviews saying that this app is straightforward and super easy to get their money, which is great. And then negative reviews, of course, there were some people complaining about it being difficult to cancel. So we don't know why this is. It could be because they deleted the app without actually canceling their subscription. So even though the app was gone, they kept getting charged. That's a common mistake that people make. So you always remember to cancel within the app first and don't just delete it, because even if you delete it off your phone, you're still subscribed. And then the other thing is the outstanding advance. So we didn't have a hard time canceling. It was easy for us, but we don't have an outstanding balance. So it all depends on what your personal situation is. Those were the negative reviews, as well as people complaining about getting small amounts up front, like in the $10 range, which I kind of expected. That's a pretty low amount to receive at first, so I understand why people would be unhappy about that. But overall, it seems to be pretty positive. Those seem to be the main negative complaints. Another thing is that you can't take out multiple advances a month. So if you're starting at that $10 and you're paying almost $10 for a subscription fee, that's pretty steep. That may not be worth it to you if you aren't planning on like building up trust with this app and increasing your amount. If you're just doing like a one-off cash advance, then there's definitely better and cheaper options out there. And remember, you can also try the hack where they let you use it for free. So they do have a few simple features. They have like a financial wellness feature, but all it pretty much does is just go over like expenses that you have already. We did try to like ask it for predictions for future expenses, but it was pretty off the mark by more than $10,000. So it's that part of the app is like not super helpful for us in particular. And they also have low bank account balance alert. We recommend just getting the alert straight from your bank so you don't have to worry about a third-party app. But again, might be something useful for you. Overall, this is an interesting app. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And I think it's definitely worth trying, especially with the hack, you guys. I also like that they're pretty transparent about their fees and their pricing, and it's a straightforward process, as said in the positive reviews. The only thing I would say is I would prefer the express fees to be disclosed up front, but what can you do? It can't be perfect. I still think this app has potential. All right, guys, if you found that helpful, definitely like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.